You've now assured the fact that the Lions will win.
This is Sunday Karma, powered by ESPN Wisconsin. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue. Alongside Greg Scalzo, Alex Strofe, and Kyle Wallace, here's Good Karma Brands founder and CEO Craig Karmazin.
Welcome to the show. It's been a minute since I've been here. I remembered the way, though. There was a tree down again. Remember how that happened a few months ago?
Oh, because it was windy yesterday.
Yeah, and
hot and windy.
I went to play tennis this morning, and my
look at you, Coco.
My tennis partner had to come pick me up, but by the time it was time to come to the show, good job by Fox Point Arboretum people. I don't know what they're called. Forestry, I don't know.
Department of Public Works.
Whatever they did their thing. And so I was able to make it on time. And it's 3 of the 4 in the house today, as it is the voice of Kyle Wallace, who has jumped on the Milwaukee Brewers bandwagon. All it took was them to get into the playoff picture, and Kyle's in. And that's the voice of Alex Strofe. Alex, let's welcome Kyle to the Brewers bandwagon.
Welcome, Kyle. Good to have you.
We're not going to start this off with a lie, because that boy right there, Alex Strofe, was nervous after an 0-4 start. I was not nervous whatsoever. I told people, calm down. It's just 4 games. It's just 4
Kyle's
games.
like, I'll start going to games in July. Maybe I'll grace American Family Field with my presence once the calendar flips to July.
Has to wait for the All-Star break, I heard. Yeah.
Nope, because I got a memory like a elephant, right? They got good memory. I think. Craig was the one saying, well, if the Brewers are, by the end of May, if they're still in it, I mean, we'll see.
Right. I said they had to be 500 by the end of May with all the injuries.
And I told you that I ain't worried about where they're going to be after May, because they're going to be okay. So, no. We ain't starting this summer off like this.
Everyone knows I'm the only person who has talked Milwaukee Brewers baseball on all of ESPN Wisconsin for the last 3 months.
You're the only one allowed to.
While all you guys just want to talk about Jair Alexander, which is the most boring topic in America. Who cares about a guy who doesn't?
Dude, that was an amazing interview.
It was great. No. Having his dad. No,
you should. Everybody.
No, I'm not hating on that at all. No, that was great.
That interview, that they should be honestly.
What I meant to say is, what everyone else here wants to talk about is the dumb backup offensive lineman on the Packers. That nobody knows who you guys are all talking about half the time. Right? That's what y'all guys want to talk about. I want to talk about the Brewers and what they're doing. I want to talk about a Game 7 of the NBA Finals, which, by the way, there's all this talk about stars and no ratings and all that. To me, it's simple. If you like basketball, if you're like a true hooper, you love this series. This is a great series. You could be sad about the Bucks, and I'm fine with that. But don't tell me you love basketball, but this series doesn't do it for you, because both of these teams play the right way. They play so hard. They play so many guys. They play so intense defensively. Great. If you're in New York or you're in Los Angeles and there's not big enough stars for you, that doesn't even make sense, because SGA tonight could become the 4th player in the history of the NBA to win a scoring title, win the MVP, and then win a championship in the same season.
That sounds like Jordan. I'm sorry, Craig. Before we go, Alex Strofe has been very, very silent today. Alex, are you okay? Because
he's getting his breath. Right. He was in here. He was in here late. We don't need to make a whole thing out of it.
No, we're gonna make a thing.
We can make a thing out of it.
Because Alex Strofe, I know, Sunday Karma is real relaxed, and maybe the founder and CEO may be able to come in when the Open is playing. But as soon as
I shouldn't be able.
Alex can come in whenever he wants. He's a host. He's a host. That's how the show works. Wait. I want to hear first, while we let him catch his breath, who do you think are the other 3 guys who've ever done it?
Michael Jordan.
Yes.
Kareem.
Yes.
Good.
And
Kobe?
No, I don't think Kobe did it.
Nope. Scoring title, MVP,
title,
and
maybe LeBron.
And
LeBron
win the championship.
LeBron, Wilt, or Bill Russell.
Nope. And nope.
Shaq?
Yes.
Yeah, that was. Okay.
So Shaq, Jordan, Kareem, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can now be in that sentence as regular season scoring title, MVP, and championship if he gets it done at home tonight against the team that beat the Bucks. That everyone's like, the Bucks just lost to a mediocre team, even though the Bucks should have had them in Game 5 on the road, and then the Bucks would have won Game 6. And then Game 7 with the best player, Giannis, who knows what would have happened.
You know they
and
would've won
now
Game 6, huh?
the Pacers. What?
No, I know at home. I mean, but we did lose the game at home.
Well, we lost the game at home, but Dame got hurt in the middle of the game. They lost their brother in the middle of the game.
Craig, I love how optimistic you are because I'm also very optimistic. I have moments though. I have moments
but
where I get
you
down.
understand the Pacers who barely beat the Bucks because the Bucks would have won. Bucks would have won that Game 7 the way they had Game 5. The Pacers are now in Game 7 of the NBA Finals, so let's not talk about the Bucks being that far away.
I appreciate it.
I'm with you, Craig. I actually thought that the best thing that happened to the Milwaukee Bucks organization this offseason with all the potential, I don't know if it's real turmoil or just, stuff that's fake news, is the fact that the Pacers proved that they're a good organization. The Milwaukee Bucks had multiple games where they could have won those games.
Wait, did you say turmoil? What? You were putting in air quotes turmoil in the Bucks organization. I don't even know what you're talking about. What turmoil was there? Maybe I missed the stories.
Have you not? You haven't heard any of the stories of Shams reporting that Giannis is going to take his time and all these reports about Giannis.
That's every year. That's
it's not like this. This seems a little bit different. Even Giannis is even tweeting against what people are saying, like, "Oh, don't you miss Woj?" And
right. So that's what I'm saying. There's no turmoil. That's the whole point, that there is no turmoil.
No, I know, but that's what quote unquote from other people. And so the fact that if there was any doubt that Giannis was going to come back, if I'm John Horst, if I'm the Bucks organization, I'm pointing to the fact that Giannis, look what we were able to do without having Dame.
I mean, I don't follow the social media that closely, but wasn't Giannis just in Greece with a bunch of teammates? Or no?
Yes.
I just thought
I guess I don't know that the teammates part was confirmed.
Okay. I don't know that.
No, Craig, hey, I'm just the guy that's reporting what the other guys and gals have said.
I'm saying the national media, that's the luxury of having one of the best two players in the world is that they're going to every year make a story about it. But that doesn't mean there's turmoil. That's it. To me, Kyle, I know you put the air quotes up, so those watching on YouTube understood you were throwing the air quotes. But to me, that's a little irresponsible to say this has been there's been turmoil in the offseason for the Bucks.
That's why I put quote-unquote turmoil. That's why I said turmoil, because that's what everybody's saying. When people are talking about the star player potentially having conversations with the general manager about what the future looks like for the Milwaukee Bucks.
But that's every season.
Yeah, but this
every year that happens.
Correct. This year has been different. It has been a different conversation.
You're saying a different conversation because Shams said so, not because of anything coming from the organization or from Giannis.
The organization has been completely silent.
I mean, Giannis has said more in other off seasons, right? Like Giannis did an interview with the New York Times.
Well, that was later on, but
I'm saying he has said stuff at the New York Times. He has done interviews where he said, like, hey, I need to know that we're going to win and things like that.
So you're saying people shouldn't buy into all this hype?
I'm not telling people what to do. I'm just saying
you should tell people what to do.
It's not my job. My job is to just correct you when you're saying there's turmoil. When you're saying there's turmoil and you're putting air quotes, and there's only 11 people watching on YouTube, and everyone else can't see your air quotes because they're either streaming or listening on the radio.
You got to hear my turmoil, but no, I'm
turmoil.
Glad. So Strofe, if anybody listening here on Sunday Karma, 10 to noon here on ESPN
I don't think
Wisconsin,
anyone is. Just so
people love to listen on Sundays.
Oh, people love this show, Craig. Very popular.
It's very, very popular. But basically what Craig said is, Kyle, whatever you're hearing is false. So that is good news.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying it is irresponsible to say that there's been any turmoil within the Bucks organization. That's all I've said.
What do you take that as when he says that?
I think he is telling you to just relax and that Giannis will be a Buck. That's what I'm hearing. Verbatim from Craig Carnes.
Again, I'm not saying any of that.
Okay.
I'm just saying there hasn't been any turmoil. I'm saying as of right now, I mean, I don't know if I love bombing Iraq right before I'm about to fly to Greece. Iran, sorry.
Wrong letter.
Yep. But you think I'm still safe to fly out to see analysis in a few days?
You should be saying what's crazy is that I have to fly to Lisbon. I was going to take Turkish Airlines, and my mom's like, nah, Kyle, only fly American Airlines, like Delta, American United. I said, nah, and I said, you know what? Nope, she right. I'm not messing with nobody but American made.
But American, I don't know, is American more of a target? Because, like, if someone's trying to get after America, are they going to go after American?
You good.
I can't think I've thought this far ahead.
When are you going to Lisbon?
September.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you got time.
Yeah.
You're going when, next week?
Yeah, Sunday.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're choosing Greece over Sunday Karma?
No, at night I'm going to.
Oh, so you'll be here for Sunday Karma?
We'll see. I'll be in Lake Geneva, but we'll see.
Oh, okay. Just
Lake Geneva.
We got dance nationals. Big week.
Oh, nationals, you said?
Yeah, it's not. Everyone makes nationals.
Oh, okay.
How many nationals are there?
Like 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is one of the Wisconsin Nationals, given that it's in Wisconsin?
Yeah. Like,
okay.
I mean, the only Nationals we've ever gone to are either in Lake Geneva or the Wisconsin Dells.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, it's Nationals, but it's like, kind of a
nationals.
regional Nationals.
Sure, I follow. Okay.
So, all right. So we're feeling good about the flight to Athens. And we're feeling good about, that's, by the way, that is going to be Thanalysis Live, July 1st.
So everybody's there, I'm seeing.
All five brothers.
Okay.
All five brothers. First time ever, one stage. I couldn't be more excited. I've never been to Athens. Going to get to see the country. Hopefully, Thanasis. Awesome. Thanasis has said he's going to give us a little tour. Check it out. So couldn't be more excited for that. So back to Game 7. So Kyle, explain to me how you consider yourself a basketball fan, but we all know when push comes to shove tonight, you're going to be watching 90 Day Fiancé and not watching Game 7.
No, I'm going to be watching Game 7.
Okay,
I've actually been watching. I've been dabbling in the finals. Like, I watch it, and really, I decided.
Quick follow-up question.
Fourth quarter.
Is 90 Day Fiancé not in season right now? Is that why?
No, actually, today is the reunion show, but I can always just watch it later. Like,
okay, good. No.
Wow.
Yeah, that's impressive.
This is growth from you.
I agree.
Sundays have been busy, but no, watching it because really the fourth quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter have been like the exciting part.
Yeah.
But the last game, Game 6, I started watching it, and I'm like, God, this is. I watched the end of maybe the start of the fourth quarter. I think it was the end of the third, start of the fourth. Or no, end of the third.
A lot of these games have been not close and then close. Game 4 was the most interesting. Well, Game 1, I was at Game 1. That was crazy. At OKC when the Pacers came back and won, and that OKC crowd's incredible. And I've been to an Indiana home game also against the Knicks.
You counting them out too? You counting out the Pacers?
Yeah, both of those buildings are awesome. For people in Milwaukee, again, we've already won a championship, so we've shown it's possible. Mm-hmm. But you got to appreciate that the NBA is built now this way, because for the first 60 years of the NBA, over half of the championships were won by the Lakers and the Celtics. Mm-hmm. And, the league was built in a certain way. Look at the last, 6-7 years now?
Yeah, we haven't had, a repeat champion in a long time.
I don't think we've had a repeat. I don't know that we've had a repeat team go, right? Maybe the Golden State's gone twice because they lost to Toronto and then they beat the Celtics. And then I guess we had the Celtics, lose to Golden State and then beat who did the Celtics beat last year?
They beat not the Nuggets. They beat the Wolves. No,
they beat the Mavericks.
The Mavericks last year. Yeah. So I'm saying
many teams?
You Golden State in 17-8 or 18-19 last repeat.
But not even just repeat. That 18-19 is I think the last team who's won 2 in this whole time. Right? Because you have the Lakers winning 1. You have the Warriors winning 1. You have the Celtics winning 1. You have the Bucks winning 1. You have the Nuggets winning 1. Right? So it's not even that it's not it is crazy parity that shows that small market teams like Milwaukee can compete. And then you have teams like the Pacers and the Thunder who make it to a Game 7 today. And these teams are both deep. These teams are both fun. These teams both play the right way. This is a game that you will hear right here on ESPN Radio, and I'm excited for Game 7.
Are you excited for the Bucks though? I'm legit
beyond excited.
This would be.
We have not had this much flexibility, cap wise and everything in the offseason in a minute.
You don't have to answer that, but we can also move him if we want to get rid of some more money or.
But why would you move? I don't understand. I do not understand a Kyle Kuzma trade right now. Why would you trade a guy coming off of the way he just played in the postseason with 2 years left on his contract? You're going to have to
the way he played in the postseason.
I'm saying poorly.
Oh,
I'm saying you don't. I'm saying you don't trade.
Okay.
I'm saying
it wasn't a compliment.
I'm saying you don't trade assets when they're down. He's a better player than that.
Yeah.
Why would you trade him now?
No, I was just thinking.
What I mean? He's an athletic guy. He's young enough. He obviously had been playing in Washington, and the hope is
they broke him.
Yeah, hopefully he gets back to being who he needs to be. But it just, to me, it would seem silly to consider trading an asset when its value is down that low. And again, I'm not involved in this, and maybe there's a great trade that's happening. I'm not involved at all.
Are we getting back in the draft at all, you think? Are we going to try to move up? Or I guess we would be moving up from the second round.
Yeah,
buy a first round pick?
I don't know. and I'm not going to comment if I because I might know a little bit, so I won't talk about that at all.
No, we don't. I don't want anything.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk about that at all. But to me, it's more interesting to think that, like, okay, we heard reports of Pat Connaughton opting in yesterday to his deal, but you have all these.
I did not see that.
Yeah, you have all these.
So that's $9 million, ain't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So you have all these guys like Gary Trent, who
I would love to bring him back.
Is he going to sign? Because will he be someone who would sign at that mid-level exception? Because that's the highest I think the Bucks could go on him, right? So, but is that a number that that he would take? Right? Is Bobby Portis back? Is Brooke Lopez back?
Does Bobby have a player or a team?
Is Kevin Porter Jr. back? Right? Like
hopefully
there's all of these there's all of these options and and so much of it comes down to where do guys want to be? And also, even more than that, no one else has cap space, right?
Oh, nobody has cap space?
Only 2 teams have cap space
really?
in the entire NBA.
The NBA has a problem. They have a problem because if everybody's in the luxury tax and don't have, there's a second apron, we're not in that because we got out of that, right? If nobody has money, the NBA needs to reevaluate.
We're out of the first apron and the second apron.
This is not even. But it's not real.
It's because people looked at it and they saw who was a free agent this offseason.
And
so they spent all their money ahead,
They're not a good free agent.
Yeah. And the cap's going up by 10%, but there's not a lot of teams that still have opportunity to do things. So Bobby Portis has his player option at $13.5 million.
Okay, I like it.
But will he take that, or will he say no because he wants more? And then how much?
You better take that $13 million.
What?
Because I don't. Is there a team that's going to pay him like $25 million? You think?
I mean, there's only a few teams that have space, as we said.
That's what I'm saying. It seems very risky if a lot of people don't have cap space.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of players that are going to be out there. There's like. Yeah, so it's going to be fascinating to watch. There's so much going on. The Brewers are going crazy.
The Miz.
We will talk about Jair. You guys had a great interview on KBN this week.
I thought that was boring.
Look, what's wrong with him? Do you hear that?
Yeah.
You need some water.
No, I'm saying boring is like when you guys are breaking down like backup offensive linemen.
Sure.
That's really what I meant to say.
Did we talk about backup offensive linemen? I might have brought up some names.
No, I'm not saying specifically on KBN. I'm just saying I feel like there's a mandate, you can only talk about the Packers here. That's all I'm saying.
It's a good take by you.
I think there's a mandate because I'll turn it on. I'll be like, all right, there's a lot of.
Kyle, did you tell Craig I was complaining this week?
Oh my gosh,
they'll be like,
this kid was falling apart. Was that Monday or Tuesday?
I think it was Tuesday. Yeah, I was told the Brewers Cubs series doesn't have the juice that we would like to provide.
He was.
I was very upset.
Yeah.
So mad. And I told him, hey, listen, brother, the series ain't over, and as always tomorrow.
Did you watch those games? They had the juice.
They had the juice.
Yeah, the second game definitely had some juice for sure.
Yeah, that game was like as the lead was going like 8-3, 8-5, 8-7. I was listening on the radio, and it's awesome because ESPN Madison, which is our affiliate here, and WTMJ are the 2 stations that I could listen to it on, which are good Karma stations now, which is awesome. So I'm listening to this game. And I'm like, there is no way the Brewers are going to win this game. This is just the Cubs' year. There is no chance the Brewers hold on. And then the Brewers held on. And, especially when in the 9th, McGill had to face the top of the order. And that Cubs top of the order is no joke, right? You're looking at Happ, Tucker, Suzuki, Crow, Armstrong. Like, it's insane how good the Cubs are right now. And the Brewers got it done. Who said it has no juice? You, Kyle?
No, come on now. I didn't say that.
Ben?
Listen, we're not saying names, Craig.
I know Nortman ain't saying it.
You could keep
Brad
saying
Norman's
that.
not saying it.
No, Norman would never.
Norman would never. So
he
about
thought
Ben.
it had all the juice.
So
I'm
Ben,
No, I didn't. I am not. Ask him. He's the one who said it.
I didn't say. So it was just said in my direction, and we'll just leave it at that.
All right,
I can't wait to talk about the Miz.
This is called dry snitching, Craig.
Let's talk about not just the Miz, but what is going on with the Milwaukee Brewers as we continue. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on June 24th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Kick Watch the Brewers on local TV as they take on the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third down.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tune in June 24th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Baseball is back. Brian Balaga here to bring you a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. A delicious and perfect pairing for a day at the ballpark. Stocked at American Family Field all season long. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part, 0 bubbles. Ask for it at your local bar or liquor store. Surfside, an official partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
With more than 35,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served more than 5 million people globally. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
It's party time at Cousins Subs. For a limited time only, Cousins 2-foot party subs are back. Choose from the club, ham and provolone, Italian special, or turkey. Each party sub is just $39.99. Feeds 5 to 8 people and requires 24-hour notice to order. And now you can complete your party by adding a party chip bag and a dozen chocolate chip cookies for just $4.99. Order today in store, online, or on the app. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Vanessa Williams, and I want to share with you the role that diabetes has had in my family. I lost my grandmother at the early age of 64 due to complications with diabetes. She was warm, generous, and a constant encouragement for me to follow my heart. Did you know that African Americans experience chronic kidney disease at a rate that's 25% higher than white Americans? And we're almost 4 times more likely to develop kidney failure. Diabetes and high blood pressure are leading causes of kidney disease, which can result in kidney failure, needing dialysis, or a kidney transplant. The good news is that you have the power to check out how well your kidneys are doing and learn ways to prevent them from failing. So go to your doctor and get yourself checked out. Visit linkbylovetv.org to learn more. Get the facts, get checked, and get healthy.
We don't just cover the green and gold. We cover the green and gold. Your home for Green Bay football talk on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
When I was 8, I was rhyming, not backyard game plan. Watching Snoop anxiously awaiting for my chance.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I stay fresh to death like the neighborhood dope man. I stay on the top cause I keep coming with dope man. You steady watching stealing, but there ain't no hope, man.
We don't just cover the Packers. We cover the Packers stuff that you don't care about. ESPN Milwaukee.
Wow.
Sorry.
I like a little beef. You know,
Whatever's happening today is good.
Yeah. No.
So what's on your mind? What are you truly trying to communicate by mocking the imaging we just heard?
No, we already hit that. I was just messing with you. So is it Skeens? I got a text just now that it's Skeens versus Miz on Wednesday for the day game. But I thought Miz wasn't going to pitch Wednesday because he got backed up to Friday, so that means he won't pitch Wednesday. Do we know?
It may not have been updated yet. I doubt they would.
I'm looking at Peralta versus Skeens. So.
Yeah. So as of now, we still think it will be Peralta on Wednesday? This is
I don't
cool.
know.
This is
Let me double check.
Like we're actually in the 90s and 80s where we're looking at pitching matchups of baseball games. This is cool.
I'm telling y'all, so the Miz for me brought more excitement to the Brewers, but more importantly, if you listen to the game yesterday, there were a lot of Brewers fans and people were just excited.
Are you talking about yesterday or Friday?
That was Friday.
When he pitched, yeah.
And so you can see just a little bit more excitement with the Brewers. And so for me overall, my excitement for the Brewers usually comes into June time, but once we get
can we talk about the fact that dude pitched 11 innings before he gave up a hit?
It is happening, by the way. Skeens Mizorowski Wednesday at AmFam Field.
It is happening?
It is happening. Todd Rosiak of the Journal Sentinel has reported
They
that.
made the change. That is sick.
That's awesome.
He's walked, 7-8 batters, but
Oh, my God, Kyle. Did you really just say that?
He walked
one guy against the
other
Twins.
night.
Oh, I thought he walked multiple. Maybe did I say
That was his debut against the Cardinals. He had 4 walks, but no, he only had one.
Oh, maybe I saw.
He was amazing against the Twins.
Maybe I saw the wrong thing.
He
had 6 perfect innings.
6. He's combined to give a total of 6 hits and walks in his first 11 innings. And dude's changeup is 94 miles an hour.
Yeah.
He doesn't throw a lot of changeups. They were like, changeup 94. I'm like, no. Fastballs are 94.
Hey, that's not how that works.
No, changeup is 94?
He's must-see TV. I'm telling y'all, the MLB has already put him up, because the swing and miss they had, I forgot who.
And Jacob Mizorowski is who we're talking about. For those of you who are who have only been listening to ESPN Wisconsin, where we only talk about the Packers, he's the new Brewers pitcher. So it's important for everyone to know that.
Well, again, I think the excitement is high. And I believe for the Milwaukee Brewers, what this does is it adds a little bit more juice. I feel like the team is playing. You just got another guy, and you still have some guys who are going to be coming back from the
Literally, the only reason he's given up a hit in his baseball career, in his entire career, is because the Brewers scored too many runs.
Yep. Bingo.
Right? Do we agree on that?
So it was a tighter game, huh? You're saying?
No.
No, that was the game they scored 17 runs.
No, I'm saying if it was because he gave up the run, the Brewers were.
No, he sat for 25 minutes. And then he came out and walked the first guy and then gave up a home run.
Yeah.
I'm saying he wasn't sharp because he had sat.
He was sitting around.
It was obvious it was going to be tough because he had to sit for so long. I'm telling you, the only reason the guy's given up a hit in his major league career is because the Brewers were because Yelich was.
They did their job on offense.
Yelich was racking and where's this version of Christian Yelich come from?
Yeah.
Who all of a sudden, his OPS is up to 750. The guy was mired around 600. Oh, no, wait. Sorry. Maybe it's not. I may have got.
Come on now.
Oh, no, it's 779. It's even higher.
I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for the Milwaukee Brewers at this point.
All right, listen to these splits. Listen to this. He is, in June, a 933 OPS.
Oh, wow.
Christian Yelich. That's the guy who last year when he got hurt, we were like, oh, Brewers are going to fall apart. We didn't realize Jackson Chourio was going to become Barry Bonds and carry the Brewers down the stretch last year. And then we got Homer, I see on TikTok. I don't know where. Homer's saying they should trade Jackson Chourio.
That was on TikTok, too?
I saw that on TikTok.
Jackson Chourio walked how many times on
Friday? That's old. But
yeah.
yes.
What is going on?
The Brewers took another swipe at Homer on Twitter, though. Did you see this?
No, they should be. Wait, that's great. Where
the Brewers tweeted 2 days ago, 3 walks for @Jackson Chourio today. Shush emoji.
Woo! Listen, that is.
Wait, did they send it to Homer?
That's abuse.
No, they just subtweeted him. So no direct tag.
Subtweeting means when you talk about something somebody else said.
I get that. I know what a subtweet is.
Because the kids I work with, Ben and Brad, had no idea what it was.
Yeah. That Homer nonsense. I was like, is that like AI fake? Like
that was real. He stood on it. He said, "Get rid of him now."
Is he still standing on that?
He still is standing on it.
He's backed off a little bit.
We'll ask him.
I mean, Homer's the same guy who was saying Ricky Weeks was going to be in the Hall of Fame.
He said that? Well,
I don't know if Homer will remember that, but he was saying
Ricky
that.
Weeks, actual member of the Hall of Pretty Good. Are you familiar with that?
I don't think Ricky Weeks was just a good baseball player. He wasn't amazing.
I mean, he started out looking like he was going to be like he was putting up some historic second base, like because back then people didn't put up numbers at second base, so like it was exciting when he came on, and he was a solid player.
Yeah.
But I remember Homer saying Ricky Weeks in the Hall of Fame.
No, I never once thought when Ricky got drafted, it was him and Delmy. I think Delmy Young went number 1. I'm like, oh, look at this, it's exciting. And Ricky never gave me that juice. I was happy when he was here. Prince Fielder gave me juice like, oh, this guy could be a Hall of Famer.
True.
Ryan Braun gave me that juice. Ricky just gave me, he's just a good player. He was too inconsistent with hitting.
So speaking of inconsistent with hitting, I feel like this lineup all of a sudden kind of feels like something, right?
Yes.
Right? Like Turang, Contreras.
Yelich is playing really well. Frelick's having a terrific
Collins
year.
can hit.
Isaac Collins
I didn't know Collins could hit.
week.
Like I'm saying, like I'll be
we
honest.
didn't know who he was at the start of the year.
What a great week for him, though.
Yo, Yelich, Churio, Hoskins, and I'll put up Durbin in a big spot. His at bats always seem solid. His numbers never look good, but I'm telling you, every time he's up, I feel like he has a good at bat.
Yeah, he's been solid. Real quick question: we play this random Summerfest jersey game. Does Caleb Durbin count as a random jersey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so too.
Yeah, I think so.
Very random.
All right, continue.
I mean, because right now the only guy who's been like a negative win over replacement is Ortiz.
Yeah,
and
I feel like his bat's been better the last 2 weeks.
His bat's been better, and his glove is his glove, right?
Yep.
Yep. All right, we got to get to Wildy, but let me just see. All right, his OPS: April 500, May 470, June 700. Last 7 days, 900.
Yeah.
Here we come. Here we come, Joey Ortiz. Yeah, Brewers are hot. Brewers are in the wild card as of today. We didn't need the Cardinals to win that game against the Reds yesterday, and we are scoreboard watching already beyond. I said all we need to do is scoreboard watch on the wild card. All we have to do is scoreboard watch on the Cubs this year.
Yep.
Because I had said the wild card was going to be not in the mix.
Both are options.
Totally out of the mix now. The idea that the wild card's not possible, right? Because the Braves changed it all. The Braves, by being mediocre, opened up so much because we thought you'd have Braves and Phillies, and then you'd have one team from the NL West, we thought the Padres, right? So we thought those were the 3 teams. All of a sudden, the door has been swung wide open by the Braves playing the way they've played, and they're injured and had another injury to the pitching staff yesterday. So this thing is wide open on the wild card. So this is going to be a very exciting summer for this Brewers team because they're just getting healthier and healthier, younger and younger. Swing bats are getting better and better. Everything's getting better.
NL Central's still in play. I'll just say that.
Oh,
100%
I'm back.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought there was no chance. I'm back.
See, I never wavered.
I thought wild card was probably the route the last few weeks, and then I see them play 2 games with the Cubs, and I go, okay.
Hey, I know we got to get to Jason, but I put my money where my mouth is. I bet on the Brewers to win the NL Central.
I have the Brewers to both win the NL Central and to make the playoffs. 2 separate bets, that I put down. All right, Jason Wilde next. Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Erica, it's good to see you.
How are things at our amazing Germantown location?
Absolutely fantastic. We heard you had a bold idea. What is it?
We're celebrating our 45th year in business, so I think we should give away some natural diamonds. Wow, that is a bold idea. How many and how big? 3/4 carat. 9 natural diamonds, each one clarity enhanced for maximum brilliance. 1 diamond for each store.
How should we mount them, Erica?
We'll give them away as diamond pendants.
So each of the 9 Kessler stores will have their own diamond pendant to give away?
Yeah, and all a person will have to do is to walk into a store and register to win. Can a person travel to all 9 stores and register at each one? Yeah, why not? And people will have from now until July 28th to register.
I'm in.
Me too.
It's unanimous, and people should bring in all their old jewelry so that we can professionally clean it for them for free.
That makes so much difference.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Hey, Jen Latta here, and as a client of the We Sell Group, I can tell you firsthand, Rob and Nick make the home buying and selling process easier. Right now, school's out, and that means it's the perfect time to list your home. The market is challenging and inventory is tight, but you don't have to face it alone. Rob and Nick are pros. They take the stress off your plate so you can focus on your family, your summer, and just breathe. Contact Rob and Nick to see what your home might be worth in this market. Connect today at wesell.kw.com. That's wesell.kw.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Becoming a truck driver doesn't have to be complicated. At Schneider, we make it easy to get your commercial driver's license and start your new career. With our CDL apprenticeship training, you'll get paid to become a truck driver in just 5 to 6 weeks and have a Schneider driving job waiting for you when you've completed the program. Plus, during training, Schneider will provide transportation, lodging, and meals at no cost to you. Ready to get your career on the road? Learn more and apply today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We welcome Mr. Brightside to the show, Jason Wilde. Good morning, Jason.
I am Mr. Brightside. Thanks for noticing.
I did. Just like Alex Strofe, who was too dehydrated to wake up for the show on time this morning.
Oh, that's not true. I was here by the time you cracked the mic. That's not fair. You were defending me at one point.
No, I've defended you the whole time. Okay. I'm not insulting. I was just saying you were dehydrated, you got here a little late.
I was also mostly on time.
Yeah.
He was just updating Jason on everything that's happening.
That's what you've missed, Jason. Slept in a little bit today.
He reverted back to his old ways.
Because it's so hot, right? It was the temperatures you were working out. We've all seen.
Yep.
Summerfest. Yeah. Drill. Well, when you're out at Summerfest, you tend to get dehydrated.
Just doing push-ups and.
What was the most fun thing
pull-ups.
at Summerfest?
The most fun thing
could be music. Could be.
I was really impressed with the band Good Neighbors, who's this duo from London. But they had they're really fun, just upbeat, uplifting, good stuff. That'd be my pick. Good Neighbors.
Nice. Jason tends to not get as dehydrated as you did last night. He
would add up.
He doesn't do that.
Yeah, mathematically, yeah.
Yeah. So, Jason, you and I, back-to-back segments on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, completely opposite takes on this Jair Alexander situation. So, you I guess why don't you give your view, I'll give mine, and then we'll let Kyle and Strophy kind of moderate our dispute that we have. So your take on Jair Alexander.
No, I'm gonna. Since I went first on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, I'm gonna let you go first now.
I didn't remember.
The reverse Uno card.
I didn't remember my take. I was going to just listen to his and then go the opposite.
The opposite
no, I'm
of
just
exactly
kidding.
what he says,
No. So, I mean, my belief with Jair Alexander is the guy was the highest paid cornerback in the NFL. And there were questions of if he wanted to be on the field. And there were seemingly more off the field issues with Jair and discussions around that than on the field. And to me, when you're thinking about wanting to be a champion, wanting to take a step, you want your best player to be your hardest working player and your most coachable player. And to me, that didn't feel like Jair. So to me, the difference between $4 million guaranteed, $6 million guaranteed, like once we were getting to that point, to me, he didn't feel like the guy you wanted to lead your position group and the guy who culturally, if you were going to step forward as an organization and being a championship team, that he made sense to be the leader of that group. So I thought it was the right move to move on. I don't know that they made that decision for those reasons, but to me, the decision not to sign him and have a guy who, when he was the highest paid player, wasn't there always mentally, and now he's going to take this huge pay cut, and you're thinking he's going to completely be there mentally and willing to play when you want him to play and all that. I just thought it was the right move.
Yeah, well, first of all, let's be honest. In 2023, he was undeniably a malcontent and a problem. There's no doubt about that. I don't have any problem with that criticism being levied toward him. I think if you look back on the first half of the season, he was not that person, and I think even Matt LaFleur would acknowledge that. They were really excited. Speaking of leadership and culture, they were really excited about the influence that Xavier McKinney was on him. I think in conversations with other people in the building, he was invested. And I would also defend him on some level in that I don't think the head coach did a great job of handling his frustration with his knee injury suffered in Jacksonville and 10 snaps before he pulled himself out in Chicago. Look, I think there's criticism on both sides to be deserved there. I think Jair needed to be more communicative and more honest. And if he was 80% and not willing to play, that is a problem. You're 100% right. Because there's also the argument to be made, and let's use Kenny Clark as an example. He was never 100% all year, still played nearly 65% of the defensive snaps, never said one thing about his injury, and then was roundly criticized for his performance and what a step back it was after he'd gotten an extension in training camp. And we didn't learn until a week and a half ago that he played with a pretty significant foot injury that required surgery. So, again, I don't know the severity of Jair's injury. I know Strofe can speak to the fact that on KBN.
Strophy's been there before. He could speak to being a corner and the grind of the position.
Exactly.
And,
yes.
we've seen him run his combine activities. So, he's that level athlete. I agree with you, Jason.
The grace of a gazelle, Strophy had.
What did Jair's dad say about the knee injury during his conversation with your guys, Strofe?
It was misdiagnosed.
Now, I don't know if that's true or not. If it is, also a problem, right? Like, again, I don't know.
If all that's true,
The answer is yes.
If all that's true, then why is Jair, why was he even thinking about coming back to the Packers? Why isn't he going and making $15, $20 million a year somewhere and being an elite corner, which is what he is, right?
No, I'm not sure he is or he isn't. He's being paid like a relatively pedestrian corner.
Exactly, but why is that?
And well, because he's shown to be injury prone over the last 4 years, and there are questions about him. My point would be, and this is why I thought, and obviously we talked, and I thought your points were very good. And from a culture standpoint, I totally agree. And
Jason,
time,
I'm still mad that they don't have Aaron Jones on this team. Like, I think
right,
Aaron Jones, I think they are a different team last year with Aaron Jones on the team. And I know everyone thinks that, I'm crazy and that, like, you don't run an NFL team the way we run a company here. But to me, Aaron Jones culturally meant so much to that team. He meant something to Jordan Love. He meant something to the wide receiver room. I'm not there every day, but that's still how I look at running a team, that culture does matter.
I agree with everything you said. I agreed on Friday. I agree now. Here's my question. At what point can you get a distressed asset? Now, again, you have forgotten more about business than I know. But if let's say there's I don't know, let's use a radio station.
But no, Jason, I think your point's a good one. And my answer would be that I don't know football well enough, because it could be, in your, example, Xavier McKinney could be such a great leader of that defensive backfield that if he is that hardest working player and the best player and the role model in that room, that there could be an argument that could work with Jair Alexander.
Right. You could absorb his less than great culture and attitude because you have someone like Xavier McKinney who can bring him up and uplift him and bring him along.
And that's a fair argument, Jason, but my argument to that would still be like alignment. It still doesn't feel to me, as his dad's talking about the misdiagnosis and all that, it still doesn't feel like, and you talking about the coach and Jair, still doesn't feel like you have an aligned situation there, and that still isn't what you want, right? You don't want to have a high-profile player like that and your coach not aligned, which clearly it appeared was the case.
Right, and I would say that let's say Jair Alexander is a wide receiver instead of a corner, and you have all these different options, right? I mean, Strofe, I know we did this on KBN. They have 9 NFL caliber wide receivers right now. 9. They're not going to keep all 9, right? So if I have someone who I have questions about them culturally or commitment-wise or how much we hear Goody and LaFleur talk all the time about, and I even wrote about it as one of my first things I did on Channel 3000, was this idea that they love football. Well, we want guys who love football. And I think that for a lot of fans who love football as fans are like, what do you mean love football? But we have seen throughout history guys that they loved getting paid like an NFL player. They loved the notoriety, but they didn't love football. And I don't know if Jair has become that player. I can tell you he wasn't when he got there. He was a guy who clearly loved football and was a very good player. And I don't know how things have changed, and I don't know if he will fall in love with football again, playing in Baltimore with one of his closest friends, his former college teammate Lamar Jackson. But it's a fair thing to ask. My point is that if I have 9 wide receivers and Jair Alexander is the exact same guy that I have the exact same questions about, but I feel really good about my wide receiver group, I'm Team Craig on this all the way.
But don't you think, Jason, Jason, don't you think they look at it as like, hey, we went and picked up Rasul Douglas. He was like released. Like if we need a corner, we could find a corner.
Oh, Jason, let them know what you think on this one.
Yeah, I don't think there's guys available at this point at that position that are as good as Jair, for one. And look, Rasul Douglas is an interesting one because I think if you talk to Matt LaFleur, he would tell you he was great in their locker room. That he felt really good about. Now, he was a vocal critic of Joe Barry. There's no doubt about it. But, again, culturally, do you want an open communication and you want players to be able to voice their opinion? He did. Now, I don't think that's why they traded him. I think they traded him because Goody wanted assets in his rebuilding that he didn't want to call rebuilding. And he had no idea at the trade deadline in 2023 that they were going to win 6 of their last 8 and 3 in a row and make the playoffs. Because if you had given Goody a crystal ball and he knew they were going to make the playoffs, I can't imagine he would have traded Rasul Douglas.
That wouldn't have happened.
Right. So my point is simply, I agree with that, and everything that Craig said to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and everything we've said today. It's not that I disagree with it. My question is, at what point are you in a position at a specific spot and with a specific player where you're willing to say, you know what, I don't love him culturally. I don't love how much he loves football or loves our team or loves what we do at GKB. But we need someone with that talent. It is a very low price tag now. You know, he goes from $17 million to $4 million. At what point?
I think you could do that.
I
if
don't love anything about him.
Yeah,
but I
if the
need him.
productivity is down but the culture's high, I think you can do that. If the productivity is down and
he was productive before he got hurt. I mean, let's be honest. He was playing really well, and there was reason to think that he was on that every other year all-pro schedule. 2022, 2020, and I mean, he had a pick 6 in Tennessee. He was playing at a very high level. And then the injury happens in Jacksonville on the final play of the game defensively. And then, again, and look, I'm not a LaFleur apologist. I do believe he's a good coach who handles his team well. I do think that he has grown frustrated with veteran players who don't necessarily do what young players do because they're just happy to be there and they're going to listen to the coaching better. But on top of that, he went through the Bakhtiari saga, and it was deja vu all over again with Jair.
Yep.
And much like the European trip to London where he had a crappy attitude, he had a slightly less crappy attitude as the head coach about Brazil, but it was still obvious that he really didn't want to go there either. And so in the Jair case, he was slightly better than he was during the week-to-week will he or won't he David Bakhtiari saga, but not significantly. And so how does that influence?
Wait, I have a really crazy question that shows I don't know anything about sports. Has David Bakhtiari retired?
Ben Leta- yeah.
I believe, as Tausch would say, the league and his knee have retired him.
But is he ever officially retired?
Never formally, as far as
and
I'm
you don't
aware.
have to. And as Tausch has told me too, you don't have to send in paperwork. So he has not formally announced it or said, I want to come back and do a press conference and retire as a Packer. But judging from his Instagram and the happiness he seems to have as in his private life, I don't think he's going to play football again.
I would think that's a safe guess.
Well, I mean, so we don't think this could be one of those where he comes back and he's all. So do you think we'll have an announcement soon, like a retire as a Packer situation, or do you think there's too much beef there? What do you think will happen?
I don't think there's beef.
I don't think there's beef.
So why
I
wouldn't
think it'll
they
be a
do
while
that
before Jair comes back to do some sort of ceremony like that?
There might be Jair beef.
Wait, but why wouldn't there be I mean even Bulaga Bulaga retired as a Packer, right? No, I know you don't have to, but I would think the Packers would.
But Bulaga didn't do it for, 3 years after he had last played?
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it was that long.
Yeah.
So
it's been 2 now for Bakhtiari?
Blues last season with the Chargers.
Was it 20 or 21?
It was 21. He played 2 games.
Okay.
And then he came back and talked to the team last year because we joked about how Josh Myers, who we've been criticizing on our show, he went and talked to him and gave him a pep talk, and he played better down the stretch after he went to practice. So it was definitely last year that he did that.
So Bakhtiari only didn't play last year.
Correct.
So, I mean, there's still,
we might have to wait a whole nother offseason.
I'm not trying to manufacture a story here, Jason.
You're trying to manufacture a retirement.
No, I'm saying one way or the other. Do we?
I think the smart thing for him to do is what he's doing, which is not saying I'm done, because you never know, right? There could be some sort of catastrophe for some team at left tackle.
I'm just saying, if the Steelers' left tackle gets hurt in week 12,
exactly,
and the Steelers
that's exactly what he's doing.
Are 8-4.
Yep.
He's probably got 7-8 weeks in a playoff run in him, right? If that dream scenario happened.
Totally agree. So I think that's probably what he's keeping his options open for.
So Jason, you could see that.
Absolutely. I mean, again, do I think it's likely? No, but I think he's keeping his options open, and you don't. I would say if you're an NFL player, you don't retire until you absolutely have to. Yeah. You don't make any announcements, any of that stuff. So he's, do I think he's going to play in the NFL this year? I do not.
Has anybody asked him?
Safe prediction.
I mean, I feel he's on social media quite a bit. I feel like I haven't heard him say, "Oh, I'm feeling great," or "I can't wait to come back."
Well, I will. I'm happy to text him during the commercial break.
Okay. We were only going to have you on for one segment, but if you'll do that, all right. Let's take a break, and then we'll do a quick segment just to see if we get an answer from Bakhtiari. We will see if we are the first to report David Bakhtiari's impending either retirement or announcement that he is not retired. From Jason Wilde, as we continue, it's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on June 24th.
Uh-oh. Chourio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they take on the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third down.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tune in June 24th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Red, White, and Vroom. Celebrate freedom with horsepower at American Place Casino, located in Waukegan, Illinois. Don't miss your chance to win a 2025 Ford Mustang Dark Horse Premium. Free bonus entries daily, June 20th through July 5th. New members, listen up. Join AP Rewards and grab 25 bonus entries daily during the promotion period. And don't miss the grand finale, drawing for the Mustang on Saturday, July 5th. Visit AmericanPlace.com to learn more. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
Save big money on everything for your projects now at Menards. Plastic lattice panels are durable, low maintenance, and are easy to install. They're a great accent for deck skirting, garden trellises, and creating privacy walls. We stock a huge variety of colors and sizes to fit your project. Save big on lattice at Menards. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
College students, are you looking to make your campus living more comfortable, functional, and fashionable this year? Let IKEA help. From innovative storage solutions and furniture to maximize your space, to fashionable bedding and accessories to make it uniquely yours, IKEA is helping make college living truly inspired by you. And now, qualified college students can save even more with 15% off their IKEA purchase when they sign up for IKEA Family for free. Visit IKEA Oak Creek, IKEA Schaumburg, or check out the Ready for College section on IKEA.com/US to learn more.
Hey ESPN Milwaukee fans, Brian Balaga here for Surfside. Summer is heating up, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Made with real brewed tea and real vodka, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy no matter what your plans are this weekend. Look for the can with the sunset stripes, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman, and I've got to tell you about my go-to car wash, Tsunami Express. Get your ride looking its best and ride the wave at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for that perfect shine. Sign up for a monthly membership and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 a day. Skip the wait with the fast lane and take advantage of great perks. With locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Mount Pleasant, Tsunami Express has you covered. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Visit TsunamiExpress.com to learn more.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
With more than 35,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served more than 5 million people globally. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, this is Tanas Antetokounmpo. Download the new ESPN Wisconsin app.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Walk it like I talk it. 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 Walk it.
Wait, Kyle, so you've been saying that every one of these artists today is Summerfest?
Walk it like I talk it.
Yeah, this is the Migos and Offset is playing.
Migos is at Summerfest?
Offset is.
One of the Migos is dead, actually.
Oh, really? I saw Migos in person.
You saw Migos in person?
Like, I saw them in concert once, but I didn't understand what they were saying most of the time.
I don't know if that's offensive or not, Craig.
No, isn't that like?
Aren't they known as mumble rappers?
Yeah, like literally, their rapping is called mumble rapping.
I don't believe they would subscribe to saying they're a mumble rapper. I can hear what he's saying.
Wait, you're saying Migos? Jason Wilde joins us. Jason, is Migos in your mind considered mumble rapping?
I could not tell you more about mumble rapping or Migos than has already been said. So it sounds like mumbling to me.
All right, AI says, yes, Migos is often considered a prominent example of mumble rap. While they're known for their distinct triplet flow and ad-libs, their music also incorporates characteristics often associated with mumble rap, such as melodic flows and sometimes unclear lyrics. Kyle Wallace.
My AI says whether mumble rap is offensive is subjective and depends on individual perspectives. While some find it offensive due to a perceived lack of lyrical depth and adherence to traditional hip-hop values, others view it as a valid form of expression and an evolution of the genre.
Yeah, Wikipedia lists them as a mumble rapper. All right, Jason, let's read. First, just read the text that you sent to David Bakhtiari. Which I know sometimes hard when you're on the phone and also trying to read a text, but you know.
No, I got it. I got it.
He's a talented
dude. Good morning, old friend. Got to talking about you on the show this morning and found myself wondering if there's a scenario where you could still play. Any chance for 2025? If some team calls and needs a left tackle, or are you done?
Okay.
Read receipts on.
Wait, read receipt is on.
3 dots replying.
Oh, Jason, I was going to build it up.
Does that mean he read it?
Yeah. Yeah, Jason took away the...
That's what it means he read it.
I was looking for a big, exciting moment, but Jason kind of...
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, so he hasn't replied yet.
No, and he may not at all.
Okay, there we go. David Bakhtiari. All right, it's time to play our 7 at 11 game that we're going to play today. We don't have a guest on. Jason's going to join us for it right now. So over the last 2 postseasons...
NFL postseasons?
No.
NBA postseasons?
Yeah, I know we talk Packers 368 days a year, even when you don't want to hear about the Packers.
Again.
We talk about the Packers.
Well, you said in the postseason.
Right. NBA, which
Jason
is going
Wilde's
on right
our
now.
guest.
Jason Wilde is very versatile. He covered George Karl's postseason runs with the Milwaukee Bucks. In the last 2 NBA postseasons, there are 10 different players. So, did I say the last 10 or 5? Sorry.
You said the last 2.
The last 5 postseasons. Sorry. In the last 5 postseasons,
okay,
the top 2 scorers in the NBA playoffs have been 10 different players.
I am so confused.
Yep. The last 5 postseasons.
Yep.
If you look at the leading scorer and the second leading scorer, it's a total of 10 different players.
So none of them are the same.
None have repeated.
Is it because we haven't had repeat teams in the finals?
Might be. So 5 postseasons, 10 players.
Yeah,
we're looking for players who've either finished first or second in the postseason.
What's the minimum games played?
In scoring. Total points in the postseason.
Total points.
Total points in the postseason.
Okay.
Total points in the postseason. We were going to do that, or we were going to do a list of mumble rappers, but this is what we're going to go with.
All right, who's leading us off?
And we're including this year?
Including this year. And we're going to go Jason first. Jason gets a guess, and you stay in until you get one wrong. And so anyone in the last 5 years, there are 10 correct answers. Jason, who do you want to start with?
All right, so that does include the Bucks championship.
Yes, it does.
But Giannis missed games. I'm going to take Giannis off the board right away.
Giannis did, in fact, lead that postseason in points with 634, even though he did miss games. has not been in the top 5 in any postseason since then.
Does Jason know what he got himself into?
No.
Did he sign? I don't know.
All right, let's go over to Kyle, who was less dehydrated than Alex. Alex, go third here.
I sure am. Very hydrated.
Happy for you.
We'll go Jokic.
Jokic, who scored 600 points in 2023 to lead all scorers in that postseason. Well done. Let's go over to Strophy.
I will take Luka Doncic as a member of the Dallas Mavericks.
Luka with 635 points, which led all scorers last year in the postseason. Well done, Strophy. By the way, Luka also was 4th in 2022.
This year also on this list?
Yes, this year is part of the list as well. Okay, over to Jason.
I'm going to take SGA then.
SGA with 659 points this year in the postseason, the most since Kawhi Leonard in 2019. That is correct. We have 4 of our 10 correct answers. Over to you, Kyle.
And so we're doing both. We're doing both teams who played in these finals.
Well, it doesn't have to be. They don't have to be in the finals. It's the 2 highest scoring players in the postseason.
Let's go with who won? Let's go with Jason Tatum with his average of like 27 or 28 points per game.
So Jason Tatum in 2024 was in 3rd place.
What?
In 2023 was in 3rd place.
Oh, wow.
In 2022 was in 1st place.
Wow.
So Jason Tatum is on the list as he cracks the list. Well done, Kyle.
So I initially wrote down Tatum/Brown because Jaylen Brown won the Finals MVP that year.
He did.
All right.
Which makes me think he's on this list, so I will go. Yeah, I'll go Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown in 2022 was in 3rd.
Oh, here we go again.
In 2024 was in 4th. Jaylen Brown is not on the list as a top 2 scorer in any of the last 5 postseasons. Strophy is eliminated. We go over to Jason.
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry in that by the way, in 2019, he was 2nd.
Uh-oh.
In 2022, when Jason Tatum was the leading scorer, Steph Curry was the number 2 scorer with 602 points. Well done, Jason. Over to you, Kyle.
Let's go with Devin Booker.
Devin Booker, the idea that when Giannis scored 634 points, was it Chris Middleton who was 2nd, or was it Devin Booker? Remember, Chris had to step up when Booker was out. Middleton, 542 points. Devin Booker, 601. Good for 2nd place. Well done. We now have only 3 players remaining. We go back to Jason. We have 7 of the 10 correct players guessed. Last 5 postseasons who has been either the leading scorer or the 2nd leading scorer in that postseason.
All right, this one I'm not quite as confident in, but playoff Jimmy was pretty darn good for the Heat. I'm going to say Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Butler dominated the Milwaukee Bucks in the 1st round of the playoffs. He disposed of the New York Knicks in the 2nd round of the playoffs. He went and beat the Boston Celtics, going up 3-0 and then holding on late to win that series before falling in the NBA Finals to the Denver Nuggets. Jimmy Butler with 592 points is correct. The
Good
2nd
ball.
leading scorer behind Luka Doncic in that 2023 playoffs. We're down to only 2 players remaining on this list, and we go over to Kyle Wallace.
So the problem I have here is that I don't remember when KD left the. Well, no, KD's been gone for a while because he was with Ball. He was with.
All right. Well, I'm just going to tell you. Oh wait, no, I
no.
can't tell Kyle this because Kyle's still in the same round. I was going to, if you actually think about what years are left, I think that's the thing you got to figure out.
I can't think of what because we already did. We did the Nuggets in the mat.
We have Giannis and Booker.
Yeah.
We have Tatum and Curry. We have Jokic and Butler.
And so,
And we have SGA.
We have SGA
and we have Luka. So
Is
we're
it Pascal's? No.
So we're missing 2 players, and they're in the last 2 years. The 2 players we're missing.
Is it Pascal Siakam?
Pascal Siakam is, in fact, the leading scorer on the Indiana Pacers which is good for fourth place on this list at 456. Jason Wilde is your winner of the game.
Jalen Williams?
That leaves 2 players left. Let's see, Jason, who would you go with next, either from last year or this year, as there are 2 players left on this list.
So the only person I could think of was Kyrie Irving last year. I feel like he had a big series.
Kyrie Irving last year
outscored by his teammate
with 487 points, 12 more than Jason Tatum for number 2 on the list. Jason Wilde did not just win this, but he just dunked on all of you. There's only 1 player left on the list. Can Jason try to pull this off? Who is the second leading scorer in this year's postseason? And it's a tricky one.
Oh, well, wait a minute. What does it mean it's a tricky one? Does that
they're not in the finals.
Correct.
They're not in the finals. All right. So who lost in the conference finals? The Knicks and
the T-Wolves, I believe.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
There you go. That might.
So it's either Ant-Man or Brunson. Then, if Kyle is right, it's one of those 2.
I would say maybe even Cat went crazy too, didn't he?
Who are you going to go with, Jason?
No, it's between Ant and Jalen.
I'm going to go Brunson only because I feel like he had like an enormous game and because it's points total, right? I'm going to go Brunson.
I think that's the right move.
And they played a lot of long series, right?
Yep.
They went 7. They went 7, right?
This means I got it wrong.
So this year, Ant Edwards is 7th at 380. Cat is 6th at 386. Tyrese Halliburton is 5th at 390. Pascal Siakam 4th.
Oh boy.
At 456. J-Dub is 3rd at 472. And Jason Wilde has run the table. Jalen Brunson is 2nd with 530 points.
Bravo.
2nd to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
530
in postseason points.
He do that quiet.
How about that?
Flashy.
How about that by Wilde?
Wow. What a performance by Jason Wilde this
Bravo,
morning.
Jason. Bravo. You are more than just football.
No, I'm really just football. That's shock. I'm completely stunned right now.
Well, it was worth you joining us, staying late.
Well, I wouldn't have. I want to give Kyle an assist because I was trying to think if it's not Halliburton, who obviously didn't score hardly at all in that game with his calf, right?
Yep.
Who else could it be from this year? And then when you said that they're not in the finals was the tricky thing, that's what allowed me. So big time assist to Kyle Walker.
I feel like Wilde just had his like Will Ferrell old school moment where like he's like he does not remember, like he's gonna leave this call and be like, what happened to my body? Did I just run off like 10 straight NBA answers here?
That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. All right.
By the way, quick update. Despite having the read receipts on, no text messages from David Bakhtiari. So if I do get an answer, I will pass it along.
We will have continuing updates over the final 47 minutes of this show on if David Bakhtiari will, in fact, be open to playing football in 2025. Jason, appreciate it as always.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
There he is. The great Jason Wilde. How do you both feel about that? Jason Wilde just came into your house and dumped on you.
Look,
Jason.
Bad performance by me. Came out swinging. It was wrong. He proved why he's a pro.
Yeah. I mean, Jaylen Brown's not a terrible guess. I mean, the guy was the finals MVP.
Right.
But you got to remember some of those Celtics, like they had such an easy run through it that they won in 5. They won in 5, you know. That's why, Brunson, when they're playing those long series and he's scoring 35, 40 points a game, the fact that Jalen Brunson, unless J-Dub tonight scores 59 points, Jalen Brunson is going to be the second highest scorer.
He did what was that, game 5?
Yeah, he had 40.
Yeah.
He had 40 in game 5. But, so Jalen Brunson's going to finish as the second leading scorer in this postseason, which is pretty impressive.
How do we make sure we prevent a blowout tonight?
I know.
Because we've only had 2 of those in this series.
We've only had, I think, in the last 8 game 7s of the NBA Finals, it's been single digits. Okay. I mean, because games are so low scoring Like,
it's going to be all defense tonight.
Like I was looking, they were showing on SportsCenter some of the Game 7 NBA Finals. It's like 81-74, 85-80. Like when you get to a Game 7, it gets tight.
But the thing that makes me nervous about that is that's the basketball the Thunder have played all season long, right? Is they'll keep you low scoring. They'll play defense. They're going to wear you down. You're going to turn the ball over. All of a sudden, they're beating you, right? They have 16 points off turnovers while the other team has 0. That's where the Thunder live, kind of, and have lived this year. So that's what makes me nervous because the only thing I want is a great game. I'd like the Thunder to win because I don't want to see the Pacers win.
I still remember where I was sitting in 2016 in my house watching Golden State and Cleveland, like a Game 7 close NBA Finals game. Those guys were so tight. Like when Kyrie, like we all remember Kyrie hitting that 3, and we remember the LeBron chase down block on Iguodala. But those were the only points scored in like the last 2.5 minutes of that game. Like it gets so tight. It's like each round is crazy how much more pressure. I mean, we saw it with the Bucks, right?
Yeah.
Like, how about this? Here's the question I'll throw out for you guys. I'll give you, here's your chance. Both of you can write it down during this break. Write down a list of everybody who scored for the Bucks in Game 6 of the NBA Finals.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
I got to get a roster.
No. With no roster. Write down the names of every single Bucks player who scored a point in Game 6, the closeout game of 2021 NBA Finals. We'll hit that when we continue. It's Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor. If it's a celebrate or tailgate when you're gonna recreate upstate. If it's a holiday, birthday, any date, you can save at Discount Liquor.
It's the world's largest music festival, and you'll be there compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. There is no other party like Summerfest. So get the fun started by stopping in to Discount Liquor. When you buy any 1 12-pack of Blue Moon or Blue Moon Light, or any 1 12-pack of Arnold Palmer Spiked Hard Tea, you'll receive a free Summerfest ticket. Visit us at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and in Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
See us for your free Summerfest ticket, and check out our specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount Liquor.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel. This is not a drill. If you sink a hole-in-one at X Golf inside American Family Field, you could win the ultimate Brewers prize, a trip down Bernie's slide. Nail the shot, and you and a friend will get game tickets and up to 5 trips down that iconic slide. Yep, golf a hole-in-one, and suddenly you're living every fan's childhood dream. Book your swing at X Golf inside American Family Field, open to the public 7 days a week. Book now at playxgolf.com.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on June 24th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they take on the Pittsburgh Pirates.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third down.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tune in June 24th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, Wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman, and I've got to tell you about my go-to car wash, Tsunami Express. Get your ride looking its best and ride the wave at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for that perfect shine. Sign up for a monthly membership and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 a day. Skip the wait with the fast lane and take advantage of great perks. With locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Mount Pleasant, Tsunami Express has you covered. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Visit TsunamiExpress.com to learn more.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market, because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at GreatMidwestBank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Save big on your next project right now at Menards. Transform the look of your home with a new Ideal garage door. Choose from our large in-stock selection or design your own using our free Garage Door Designer. From traditional to modern, Menards has a garage door to enhance your home's appearance. Save big on Ideal garage doors. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law Offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law Offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law Offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law Offices.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's. Flavor is our family's business.
Chase money, I'm roll running, catch up with me, I stack hundreds, I blow 50s, I'm a fat, give me.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I be sauced up, too slippery, I stay blessed up, these Christians, strip club, VIP, bring my bottles through. I'm a millionaire, baby, watch who you talking to. I'm smoking big, baby, I got a slide wood full of runs. I spend $6,000.
Sorry, I was just listening to lyrics. This guy's good. Who is this?
Boss Man D-Lo next Saturday. I want to go. I have a wedding, though.
Where's he from?
He's I don't know. I have to find that out.
Boss Man D-Lo?
Boss Man, he's come to Milwaukee once before. But
he hit up the truth when he come?
I don't think so.
Why?
Devontae McCreary is from Port Salerno, Florida.
Oh, Florida. He's a Florida boy.
Florida? What?
Florida.
Wait, so Boss Man D-Lo's got beef with the truth?
No, I just.
Wait, why does he have beef with the truth?
I mean, we could ask Summerfest. We're actually giving away wristbands for Boss Man D-Lo front row access passes starting tomorrow.
But why is there beef?
Jimmy, would you? I didn't say.
No, I'm saying the fact that he's not coming to the truth.
I guess we didn't ask. We can always ask for him to come through.
I would have beef if I was him. If I didn't get asked, I come to Milwaukee and they don't ask me to come in.
Let's put in the request to get Boss Man D-Lo. We got the passes, so we might as well go ahead and support our boy Boss Man.
I mean, he started rapping while serving time in county jail in 2019.
I'm telling you, that is the best way to get your career going. Is spending some time behind bars going to allow for you to reflect.
You're saying because you got time to write?
Yeah, you got time to write, reflect. So
do they let you because you can't use a notes app, you don't have a phone, right?
No, they have phones in prison, Craig.
Oh, you do?
Craig, They have videos of people cooking food, like how to cook in a prison. They got cell phone. Craig, listen, I'm all for treating people like human beings, but they have a lot of access. They get to eat for free. They get cell phone service for free. They get all this stuff for free.
Wait. So you're saying they not only have cell phones, but they have free cell phones?
Yeah. You think they paying the bill? Who paying the bill? Me, you, Strope.
Stropey's paying people's bills?
Go to TikTok.
Stropey, what do you have, a relationship going on with a prisoner? You're paying someone's cell phone bill?
I'm barely paying my own bills. What are we talking about here?
Wait, who
Strope, you've seen it, right?
Wait, Stropey's one of those guys who's like, oh, you fell in love with someone in prison and you're going to like visit them and you're paying their phone bill because you watch that true crime
Here's
stuff?
the thing. That'd be sweet. That'd be a sweet angle in my life.
No, it would not be. Going behind bars, I'm not doing that. Listen, I'm telling you this right now. I am not ride or die. Not ride or die. You go if you go into jail and prison. I'm sorry. The only way I'm riding and dying is you let me.
So you're telling me if baby girl went to prison,
then
you wouldn't smuggle a phone in for her?
Me and baby girl have to have a conversation about me having options outside.
Wait, what if it was just like
locked away girl?
What if it was like
don't have a free girl?
What if it was like she had to serve like 3 days for like a speeding ticket?
3 days is nothing.
Okay.
I mean,
Can you get 3 days for a speeding ticket?
If you constantly speed. And
3 weeks?
money.
3 weeks school?
Yeah, I mean, three. I'll be good. 3
3 months?
3 months.
I'm talking about, yeah. 3 months is fine.
Oh,
I'm talking
no,
about
it wouldn't be for
I'm
Kyle.
talking about years.
3 years.
No, I can't. I ain't holding nobody down for no 3 years.
1 year.
Yeah, I'll hold you down for a year. I can do that for a year. I can't do 3 years.
Oh.
His single was his first single was Mr. Pot Scraper.
Oh, that's a good.
Mr. Pot
That is a good
Scraper?
one.
So was that like because he was cooking a lot in prison, so he's like scraping the pot,
probably
like
talking about his
that he's
past
mad that other
history.
people don't clean up their dishes in prison?
Maybe.
And he was upset about that, so he had to be a pot scraper?
Yeah, Mr. Pot Scraper. Listen, this was an option. I think I told somebody to play this song. This is my song. Y'all don't know. I'm a little ratchet.
I certainly do not know. I'm not aware by any means.
I tell Stroke every week to try to play something I like, and I just quit.
Good, as you should.
I do not know. Did you know, Stropey, that on his
right pocket got blues in it. Plus send them packs to me.
On his debut studio album, there featured appearances from French Montana, Glorilla, Ice Spice, Lil Baby, Babyface, No Cap.
No Cap.
That's
Is that a person?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
I
wasn't
thought you were
saying no cap.
cap.
I wasn't saying no cap. That's actually a person, No Cap.
Okay.
Here it is.
Very connected.
The way I'm driving, I just might wreck or something. Why would I chase
I'm telling you, it's gonna be so fun at Summerfest on Saturday.
You know who else is on his deluxe album?
Who is that?
This is the best. You guys know Negatim, right? Who's part of our company here, Tim Colligan.
Oh, that's what you call negative.
Yeah.
Tim is so cool.
Yeah, Tim's the coolest.
I don't know. I mean,
Is he very negative?
I didn't know Tim was negative. He's pretty.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, we did personality tests, and it said that with Tim, every silver lining has a cloud.
He's realistic. He probably sees the good and the bad. He got to have somebody.
So when Boss Man D-Lo released his deluxe version of his album, Gucci Mane was part of it.
It's Gucci.
But the best was when Gucci used to come to Bucks games. I think Tim had heard of him, but like knew he was famous, but didn't know. So he was like, "Yo," Tim and I were sitting next to each other, and he was seeing on social media, and he's like, "Yo, Gucci Mane is here." So whenever I see Gucci Mane, I think Gucci Mane.
Wow, it's crazy.
That's good.
That is,
I didn't mean to put Tim on blast like that.
No, Tim's fine.
That's funny.
That's fine.
All right, D-Lo.
Boss Man D-Lo. Summerfest did a good job this year spreading out the acts. A lot of good acts.
26 years old. Doing his thing on Alamo label.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Mr. Pot Scraper. I don't know what that means.
Pot Scraper.
I don't know what that means, but I think I may know what it means.
I think it has to do with who cleans their dishes best, and he was a very good dish cleaner. I'm sure that's the pot that he's thinking about. Speaking of cleaning pots, last night I made the girls a little bit. Oh, I guess we could hit this in Palermo's picks later. We'll get to our story. But we had some fantastic pizza last night. We are going to talk about that. We are going to talk about a whole lot more as we roll on. I guess right now, take us up to Door County, Stropey.
Yeah, I was just up there the other week up at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County in Carlsville. To be exact, I'm hooked right now. The bourbon that was aged in maple barrels. Absolutely terrific. Got it up at Door County Distillery in Carlsville. But if you are heading up to Door County, stop in, do the tours, do the tasting. If you're not heading up to Door County, though, you can bring Door County to you, whether it's the brandies, the vodkas, the rums, the gin, of course, all of the whiskeys, including the bourbon, which I love. Whatever you got going on, graduation parties, tailgates, all the in-betweens, elevate it with Door County Distillery. Visit their website, doorcountydistillery.com. Find the retailer nearest you, as well as a ginormous list of cocktail recipes, unique cocktail recipes as well on their website, doorcountydistillery.com.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The deals are heating up at the Summer Savings Event all summer long at Kunis. Get the hottest savings of the year at nearby Milwaukee Metro Kunis locations in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and the new Kunis Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. We have sizzling new vehicle specials on the most popular cars, trucks, and SUVs from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Or with one of our 10 pre-owned super specials, you'll be swimming in a pool of savings. Plus, keep your vehicle refreshed with our service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes.
I'm Brian Bohm, General Manager of Kunis of Oak Creek.
And I'm Bill Eater, General Manager of Kunis of Greenfield.
We would like to invite you to take advantage of these great monthly specials.
And remember that your vehicle will be covered by our exclusive No Fear Lifetime Powertrain Warranty, included with new and qualified pre-owned purchases.
Call or stop in today for your VIP appointment.
Get outside and enjoy the Summer Savings Event at Kunis. Start your search online at KunisMilwaukee.com.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
College students, are you looking to make your campus living more comfortable, functional, and fashionable this year? Let IKEA help. From innovative storage solutions and furniture to maximize your space, to fashionable bedding and accessories to make it uniquely yours, IKEA is helping make college living truly inspired by you. And now, qualified college students can save even more with 15% off their IKEA purchase when they sign up for IKEA Family for free. Visit IKEA Oak Creek, IKEA Schaumburg, or check out the Ready for College section on IKEA.com/US to learn more.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Red, White, and Vroom. Celebrate freedom with horsepower at American Place Casino, located in Waukegan, Illinois. Don't miss your chance to win a 2025 Ford Mustang Dark Horse Premium. Free bonus entries daily, June 20th through July 5th. New members, listen up. Join AP Rewards and grab 25 bonus entries daily during the promotion period. And don't miss the grand finale, drawing for the Mustang on Saturday, July 5th. Visit AmericanPlace.com to learn more. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
Hey, it's Kyle Walsh, and if you're a homeowner like me, you know how it goes. There's always a project that needs attention, and sometimes the big ones, like replacing old windows, get pushed to the bottom of the list. But I'm telling you, this is the time to finally check that box with Universal Windows Direct. They're running their home improvement season sale, and the offer is just too good to pass up. You can get payments as low as $99 a month or no payments and no interest for an entire year. Call 414-410-2000 or go to universalwindowsdirect.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Kyle Preston Northman, KBN.
If you're just doing this because you're starting to not believe the Packers are going to bring in a number one wide receiver, just doing it the Goody way and growing young and growing together.
This is ESPN Milwaukee on 94.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Step one, you say we need to
talk, he walks. You say sit down, it's just talk. He smiles politely back at you. You stare politely right on through some sort of window to your right. As he goes left and you stay right between the lines.
The Fray?
You begin to wonder why you can't win.
Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend. The bitterness of, and I know for you all night.
Yeah, good
Did
job,
I
guys.
know how to save a life?
I was in high school driving.
That was bad.
with this. You were what, in middle school, Strofe? Maybe elementary? Elementary, you're young.
Probably elementary school
You're
when
like
that
a
song
decade
came out, yeah.
This is a great song. Craig was a young man in his, late 20s when this came out?
I don't know that I was young, but I'd started the company already. I know for sure.
It's like
You started the company when you were like 12, so.
What are you doing for an upcoming birthday? It's in a couple weeks.
Oh, you ain't invited.
I mean, I
that
know
was
you had
quick.
a party. Who said I was going to come? I'm not invited.
Wait, so the Fray's going to be at Summerfest?
They are there.
They are, but
on,
now I feel like we got a whole discussion.
when's your birthday?
Do you want me to say, Craig?
Nah,
or
that's
no?
personal.
That's personal.
It's not available on the internet?
No. I was just spending most of last night pulling down my address off the internet. Like, you got to...
Wait, really?
No, I'm just kidding.
The Fray next Saturday, 9:30.
They are next. A good day next. Boss Man D-Lo and the Fray.
They should collab.
I don't know if Boss Man
I don't know if that would
D-Lo
work.
Yes.
would,
Who are you hating on? Which of the two?
The Fray.
Yeah,
You don't think the Fray has range enough to roll with Boss Man D-Lo?
Range. It's just that I don't think they're necessarily in the prime, Craig. We're about 20 years past the prime.
The Fray?
Yeah. This song
I
came
saw
out
them
like
a couple of years ago and they were
2006,
fine.
I
But
think,
yeah, 2005, 2006 probably.
Which would mean if they were like 22, they're like 42. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, my last night on my TikTok, Natasha Bettenfield hit it.
I saw her on
She was
Thursday.
rocking.
She was fun.
Were you there?
I was there, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
You said TikTok. You're on TikTok?
what do you mean?
Craig loves TikTok.
I don't love TikTok. I don't spend a lot of time on it.
I was planning on getting back on TikTok because I don't want China to have them on stuff, but I have no choice now.
Hey, can I just acknowledge we were going to play a game and we never got
Yeah,
to
let
it.
the sun
let's get to the game.
illuminate the
Hold on.
words that you cannot find reaching. There's something in the distance, so close you could almost taste it. Release your inhibitions. Oh, God, that's so great. All right.
That was
So I
great.
asked
Wow.
you, Game 6, Bucks close it out, because tonight I said it gets tight. It gets tight as you get deeper in the series, but these teams have been crazy. They're playing 10, 11 guys in NBA Finals games. I asked you, without cheating, to tell me every single player who scored a point for the Milwaukee Bucks in the 105-98 Game 6 series-clinching win that brought the NBA Finals Larry O'Brien Trophy home to Milwaukee for the first time in 50 years. All right, who you guys got on your list? Every single player who scored in that game for the Bucks.
All right, I have 5 names.
All right, we know Giannis scored 50, right?
How many names do you have?
By the way, is that in like... by the way, that should be like in...
I have a couple.
Like curriculum at public schools in Wisconsin.
Okay.
Like if
How
you,
many points did
like
Giannis
if you
score in
don't
Game
know
6?
that
Yeah.
Giannis scored 50 in Game 6 of Game 6.
I fully agree with you.
Right, and
You're a
that's
very influential person. You can buy an election, and then you can just have it be part of the curriculum. I'm all for it.
okay.
You can buy an election.
So we know Giannis scored. We know Chris obviously
Yeah,
scored.
I have
All right,
Chris.
who else you guys got on your list?
I have Drew Holiday on my list.
Yep.
Drew Holiday was 4 of 19 from the field
And he scored.
in that game, 12 points. He did have 11 assists and 4 steals,
Wow.
which is no joke.
How about Brooke Lopez?
I have Brooke
here?
Lopez on my list as well.
So Brooke Lopez was
scored.
5 of 10 from the field, 0 of 3 from 3. So it was
We're running out of points here, Kyle. I
it
only
was
have one guy
it was
left.
more Brooklyn Brook.
Pat
So wait,
Connaughton scored in this.
so
I
just
don't think he
just,
did.
No,
just
Pat hit
doing
a
the
three.
math. By the way, doing the math, you got we're up to 89 points between those 4 guys.
Bobby Portis scored.
And Bobby
Bobby is
Portis,
the only name I have left.
Yeah.
Bobby Portis scored 16 points.
Boom.
Yep.
That's it.
6
And
of
then-
10,
That's it.
2 of 5 from 3.
Well, what's the final score?
89 plus 16 equals 105.
Yep.
Oh, so Pat didn't hit a 3 at all?
Pat, not only did he not hit a 3, if you remember late in the game, Pat was 0 of 4 from 3. Late in the game, he got fouled. and he missed both free throws.
Oh, he was nervous.
He was nervous. But the most nervous guy, where I'm sitting, you could tell who's nervous and who's not. And Pat was nervous on those free throws.
From where you're sitting, you sure can. You can smell.
You know who was so nervous in that game?
Who?
DeAndre Ayton.
He was always nervous, boy. He was sweating bullets.
No, he was nervous.
He's still in the league, right?
He is.
Yeah. So DeAndre Ayton in that game was 4 of 12 shooting, which DeAndre Ayton is a pretty high percentage. His game, like if you look at his shooting percentage this year, he shot 57%. Last year, he shot 57%. The year before, he shot 59%. Like his lowest, in the last 6 years, 57% is the lowest he shot, and he shot 4 of 12 in that game. And remember, that game was still close. Like I don't think people totally like we realized that Giannis went 17 of 19 from the line in that game, and 16 of 25 from the field. Like,
wait a minute. We've got breaking NBA news from Shams Charania. The Phoenix Suns, ironically,
no way,
are trading two-time NBA Finals MVP Kevin Durant.
Wait! Don't say it yet. Don't say it. Let Kyle and I guess. Holy crap!
It's Houston.
You're saying Houston?
I'm saying it's Houston for some draft picks because they got
not draft picks. I mean, they have talent.
Kevin Durant ain't worth the talent that they.
But I'm saying Phoenix is not going to trade unless they get talent. Also,
okay, maybe they'll get Jalen Green.
It's quite a haul.
What?
It is Houston.
It is Houston, and it does include Jalen Green.
And it does include Jalen Green. It also includes Dylan Brooks. It also includes
Jabari,
the number 10 overall pick in this year's draft.
Jabari Smith. No.
And not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5 second-round picks.
Second-round
5
picks.
second-round picks.
That's not bad.
Number 10 pick, Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, in exchange for Kevin Durant.
That's a championship.
So Kevin Durant, a Houston Rocket.
What a move.
Wow.
Houston went on, and they have a great coach there. That's a really good team because now you got because Jalen Green wasn't a go-to scorer.
No.
He was a guy you couldn't depend on. Thompson's emerging as well. I love Sagoon. I mean, I really think he's really, really good.
Yeah,
and then they kept Jabari Smith too.
They kept Jabari in that trade. Yeah. They kept Eason in that trade. They had a lot of young talent that people
and they
people
kept
would
first
want.
round picks. They still have a lot of. I think they have another pick in this draft, don't they?
I don't know.
I can look. 1 second.
So they obviously Amen Thompson was not going to be touchable in that deal, but
only for Giannis they would probably let him go.
Cam Whitmore is another guy that everybody wanted. So the fact that they did not have to touch Cam Whitmore, they didn't have to touch Reed Shepherd. Remember, they have a top 5 pick from last year, Reed Shepherd, who couldn't even crack their rotation this year.
Well, that's their only pick in the first round, Kyle.
Yeah. That is a monster trade, and it shows you that the market for Durant was not that big because you're talking about a big haul. That's not a crazy haul for Durant. I mean, you think about it, the number 10 pick is a great pick to get.
That's solid.
And the other stuff is matching salaries, right? Like Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green, that's fine. But ultimately, and all those second-round picks, sure. And, maybe Phoenix can do something with those second-round picks. That is a great deal for the Rockets.
For what they gave up for him, they traded everything for Kevin Durant.
I know. Mm-hmm. Exactly. I mean, you think about that deal.
They got less than what the Magic had to give up to get Bane.
Right, but remember, Bane signed for 4 years, whereas Durant's only signed for one more year. Right. So now you have to decide, do you want to pay Durant 2 years, $122 million? Or $120 million? He's not going to sign for less than 2 years, $120 million extension. So do you want to pay a 38-year-old who will be 40 at the end of that extension 2 years, $120 million for Kevin Durant? Right? That's the question. And I think if you're the Rockets, the answer is yes.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is we have our go-to scorer. He's a great defensive player when he's engaged in the postseason. Can be totally switchable. They have such a great defense. All they were missing was that go-to scorer, and the Rockets have it. And Durant was relatively healthy this year, too.
Right.
Which is odd that the Suns were as bad as they were, because Booker and Durant were both relatively healthy this year. That's the odd thing about the Suns this year, right? Is why didn't they actually win at all when those guys were both healthy? So that is a major, major, major deal. All right. Sounds like it's time for us to talk a little Palermo's picks, which we'll do when we come back. But first...
Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Kyle, so you hadn't heard this yet? I'm hearing it.
One call.
Yeah, it's clean.
One call.
Kyle, you hadn't heard this yet?
I have not.
One call.
It happened right outside.
One call, that's all. One call, that's all. One call, that's all. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices, they are there for everyone here in Wisconsin. That's why they are the hottest song at Summerfest and everywhere this summer. The song of the summer is the Gruber Law Offices song because they're invested in this community. That's why there is no doubt that when you're injured or a loved one's injured, you want the best local, but the nationally recognized. You know that one call, that's all means something. You know the commitment level? Do you know the commitment level of Gruber Law Offices in this community? He's the one who actually texted me saying that Skeens and Miz were matching up on Wednesday.
Oh, he was correct.
He was ahead of the curve on everything.
Always right.
One call, that's all. That's all it takes. And that is why so many people, when they come to me, I tell them, absolutely do it. You will be so well taken care of. And that's that investment. You see it in the summer, whether you're out at Summerfest or any of the community activities, the games and teams you care about. There is no person and brand more synonymous with Milwaukee and Wisconsin than Gruber Law Offices. So if you're ever injured, remember, it's one call, that's all, with Gruber Law Offices.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All day, every day. The Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
Kyle Brust-Nortman's Ben Brust here for Grimal and Associates Insurance. They do what anyone with a growing family, like myself, does. Protect what matters most. Grimal and Associates specializes in coverage that's tailored exactly to you. Clients aren't just policies. They're part of their community. Personalized American Family Insurance back service, expert guidance, and genuine commitment. Grimal and Associates focuses on building trusted relationships and providing peace of mind. The same values they've had for over 30 years in the Milwaukee area. Connect with Grimal and Associates at teamgrimal.com.
Slide into your neighborhood Century Food Store to score the freshest produce, tastiest treats, and everything in between. Now through Wednesday, save on 5.95 to 8-ounce selected varieties Sargento Deli Style Sliced or American Singles, 2 for $6. Gallon selected varieties Prairie Farms White or Chocolate Milk, $3.99. 10 to 12-ounce selected varieties Essential Everyday Tortilla Chips, 2 for $4.50. 56 to 57.6-ounce selected varieties Extra Laundry Detergent, $2.99.
Attention shoppers. Safe.
Okay. Ooh. Pineapple fulfills every need.
While you're shopping, a drive way back, it's a gunner.
There's something goofy going on with the PA.
Need a price check and I'll take me out to the ball game.
See, what is going on?
You're hearing things. We're at Century Foods, and you can't take your mind off winning that ultimate baseball fan sweepstakes.
I'm hoping to throw out the first pitch at a Milwaukee baseball game.
Or attend batting practice.
Or hold the finish line ribbon for the racing sausages.
You don't say.
The ultimate baseball fan sweepstakes at Century Foods. Enter on Century's Facebook or Instagram by July 30th.
Home practice is about to begin. Your daughter's new tap shoes? Loud. Your son's new tuba? Louder. But you got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with $50 overdraft Greystone. So if you lose track of expenses buying some noise-canceling and sanity-saving headphones, we've got your back. You got this with $50 overdraft Greystone from Associated Bank. See AssociatedBank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
1,
2, 3 into the 4. Avondale Roofing is knocking on your door. Leaking roof? Man, that's a shame. Call the real pros. We running this game. We patch it, thatch it, no need to stress. Our crew shows up and cleans up the mess. No drips, no drafts, no drama at all. Just tight new shingles that are leak-proof all. Hey.
It's nothing but Avondale, baby. They keep it dry when the weather gets crazy. Hey.
Visit AvondaleRoofing.com. That is AvondaleRoofing.com.
Becoming a truck driver doesn't have to be complicated. At Schneider, we make it easy to get your commercial driver's license and start your new career. With our CDL apprenticeship training, you'll get paid to become a truck driver in just 5 to 6 weeks and have a Schneider driving job waiting for you when you've completed the program. Plus, during training, Schneider will provide transportation, lodging, and meals at no cost to you. Ready to get your career on the road? Learn more and apply today at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Every second on the hardwood, on the road to the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
SGA 1-on-2, goes up and slams the Halliburton. One race for Bridges, dunks at the right.
The 2025 NBA Finals happen right here on 94.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's that time.
Yes, it's finally here.
Craig makes his picks of the week.
You can bet the house on it.
Picks of the week on Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin. Presented by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
Can't wait to see what happens next.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
I was saying it. We had that Stranger Things pizza, Surfer Boy pizza yesterday. Threw it in the pizza oven. Man, that stuff was good. It is amazing that there are so many brands you can support, and you're always supporting Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin company, employs so many, so great in the community. Wisconsin's hometown pizza is Palermo's Pizza. And how about Screamin' Sicilian, which you know we have in the freezer? Find out what all the Screamin's about with a buy one, get one free offer on Screamin' Sicilian at Pick and Save and Metro Market. All Screamin' Sicilians right now, buy one, get one free through July 1st.
You a lie. You a lie.
No.
You know, when I came home earlier this week, my girl, she was like, baby girl's like, I don't really want to cook. I'm just going to put in a Palermo's Pizza.
July 1st. You can get buy one, get one free. Screamin' Sicilians, Metro Market, and Pick and Save. Stock your freezers with your favorite Screamin' Sicilian flavors. So what? Am I going to get this bet paid off at any point?
What are you asking us for? It's your schedule.
It's true.
We've been trying to do. You know what? Your schedule has been so messed up that we have irritated people. When I say people outside of here.
That's true.
Somebody dumped. We got dumped.
We got dumped.
Because
of your schedule.
Because of your schedule. One of the people that was going to work with us said, you know what? This is.
Yeah. The diner in which we were going to do it at said, never mind.
We don't even want
to. Isn't that George Webb?
Well, I mean.
No, George Webb was not. They didn't care about this. George Webb was, come on. George Webb.
But Craig, it's what happened. They said, never mind, we're not doing it anymore.
Right. I know, but they were going to give me like a pancake.
They're going to give you all the pancakes.
They were going to give you all the pancakes.
They were going to get money for food that you're going to buy.
They were not invested in it emotionally.
Well, let's find some.
But neither were you, clearly.
I'm very emotionally in this.
I got my mound shaved, so I'm invested in anything and everything.
Don't say that.
It's the truth, Craig. Did you know about that?
I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants to hear about your mound.
I'll send you videos.
Yeah, no one wants to hear about that. So Kevin Durant is, in fact, a Houston Rocket.
What about your bet?
And I need to pay off my bet.
What does that have to do with Kevin Durant?
Well, if people are just tuning in, they should know they're driving their car. They may not want to look at their phones.
Any other worldly updates you'd like to provide? Because
we bombed Iran. But people probably have looked at their phones since then.
You think we know about that?
Yes, but I think there's people who don't know that Kevin Durant is a Houston Rocket, and that's the seismic shift that causes as a team in the Rockets, who were the 2 seed this year, that lost to the 7-seeded Golden State Warriors, a Golden State Warriors team that's going to be better next year. And then you combine that with a Los Angeles Lakers team who lost in the first round of the playoffs this year. And then you combine that with the Los Angeles Clippers team, who was very, very good, who lost in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs this year.
Yeah.
And then you talk about a Milwaukee Bucks team that lost in the first round of the playoffs this year. There are like there are elite teams that are going to be competing for the championship who lost in the first round of the playoffs this year.
Yeah, parity galore, which is why the NBA, in my opinion, is just like at the top of the power rankings for sports leagues right now.
As is the WNBA. Great Fever Aces game today at 2 o'clock.
I'm so glad that Sophie Cunningham is more than just looks and finally is stepping up and trying to defend Caitlin Clark because they be trying to bully that poor girl.
Yeah, okay. You're on Sophie's. That was very active on my TikTok, the Sophie Cunningham story.
Yes, very
I'm
much
glad
so.
I'm glad she said,
The enforcer.
Come here. Yeah, she need an enforcer, man. They be bullying them girls. I'm glad they got somebody that said, no, you ain't finna do that.
Yeah. All right. So in terms of so we're saying I'm a free agent right now in terms of figuring out where I'm going to do this thing. So
yes,
what I have to do ideally before the football season starts, there's a lot of travel going on, but we could maybe figure it out. Or would we rather do it like in the fall, winter, or like do we want to do it like in the summer?
Wait, in winter? I mean, you lost the bet in winter of last year or this year.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, do we really want to sit inside in the summer? Like, is that what we want to do here?
Yeah, we want. As a matter of fact, I want a place that does not have AC.
Is this from the 2023 season or the 2024
This
season?
is the 2024 season.
I don't think that's right.
I think you're right. I think it's the 2023 season. I think he's right.
Oh, we didn't do anything for this
year.
year.
I think it was the 2023 season.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, Sunday Karma was only on the radio like 5 times in 2024.
Yeah. So let's not be judgmental there. Let's not catch some strays on the show.
That's not a stray. It's a direct shot.
Are we going to talk about our picks at all, too? Because I, for one, I wanted to pick the Florida Panthers, but I don't watch much hockey. And I just followed y'all. And I followed y'all.
Well, that's your own fault.
A burning damn building. I should have went with the Florida Panthers.
Okay.
I'm mad.
I should have too, I guess.
No.
What are you complaining
because
about?
I was like, I don't watch hockey like that. I mean, Connor McDavid.
Okay. Whose fault is it?
It's mine.
Whose fault is it that you followed other people's picks?
So I trusted you guys.
Well, that's your own fault.
Wow. Okay.
I don't even have
the dumbest thing to complain about.
I don't even have those listed here. I have all our Packers picks. I have all our WNBA picks.
Well, we picked the NBA Finals. You guys all picked it in 5.
Yeah, we all Thunder 5.
Very disrespectful.
Yeah, well, I don't have those here either.
For you guys to be a basketball guy, you guys sure disrespected Indiana Pacers.
Yeah. Well, everybody did it all playoffs long, and that was a fun theme.
I'm glad you're alive and well now. You're back to Spicy Stroke because the first segment of the show, you didn't say a damn word.
I gotta be honest. My voice was shot.
You had a frog in your voice.
Yeah, well, 3 hours of radio, 95-degree heat yesterday probably didn't help.
Is that what caused the dehydration for you?
Actually, what's funny is they told them beforehand that you need to pack water. Did they not?
They said you need to pack water. We ran out on day 2 of the festival, and we can't get any more water until next day. I don't know. Tariffs must be hard on water bottles at grocery stores.
Strofe is the biggest snitch out here.
What am I snitching? You brought it up.
You told.
I'm angry.
You told on the fact about. Oh, I was told I couldn't talk about the Brewers. Now you're bringing up the water.
Oh, 24 hours at a Quick Trip. K-Walk chimes in on the text line. That's actually not a half bad idea for you.
Oh, that would be fun.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Because I'm supposed to eat the pancakes and the waffles to take away in an hour and be 24 hours in a diner.
But we could do breakfast sandwiches. Maybe like we could, there could be a chocolate milk play.
Is there like a place to sit in a Quick Trip?
Yeah, they have little dining areas.
Is there? Yeah. And wait, and so do they have little waffles or pancakes?
They have breakfast sandwiches. I don't know about waffles and pancakes.
Yeah, I'm open to it. If Quick Trip's on board, I'd be on board with that. I love Wisconsin Company. I mean, I'd do 24 hours in a Culver's, but I don't know that they're open. Like,
they're not open 24 hours.
So I don't think we could do that.
How long do you think this will take you?
What do you mean? Like, how long would I get out?
Twinkies from there, or the chicken tenders, which are good?
Like, how long of the 24 hours can you cut down? Can you get it to like 12, 14?
Do they have pancakes at Quick Trip?
I think they got to have some kind of flat.
Well, we've got to figure out the location, then the menu, and the deduction.
I think I could do like, I think it would be like 13 hours and like 11 of whatever. Like, it's going to be like, because I know you guys aren't going to take it easy on me, so I'm going to have to eat a lot.
Yes, correct.
All right. Game 7 tonight, right here on ESPN Radio. Make sure you are listening and watching. It will be a fantastic game. Durant traded to the Rockets. Wednesday, Miz versus Skeens. There's a lot happening right now. So stay healthy, stay together, survive today, thrive tomorrow. Don't settle. You have been listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin. Kyle, send us out. Peace.
Come on, baby, let the good times roll. Come on, baby.
This is ESPN Wisconsin and ESPNWisconsin.com.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards.